In recent news, XRP is still up 85% on the 7-day. Another 2 billion USDT has just been minted. A new XRP ETP exchange traded product has just been launched. Gary Gensler has just been confirmed as the next SEC chief, who formerly taught at MIT and taught about blockchain, specifically even cryptocurrencies. And Coinbase today is listed on the NASDAQ for the first time in history, making it one of the most valuable exchanges. And at one point, its market cap was even trading around $65 billion. What's up, guys? Kevin Cage back with another XRP update. Like and sub if you want daily crypto news, and let's dive right into this one. So I'm still a little stuffed up. I have my girl actually going to take a COVID test right now, so I'm wishing her luck. So pardon my voice for the next few days. Overall, the total cryptocurrency market cap still above $2.1 trillion. We do in fact see that the market cap, of course, the supply of Tether is increasing. Why? Because there's more money on the way. No surprise. We can see right here, we have a whale alert that just came from a few hours ago. You can click on this if you'd like, and you can see right here, approximately 2 billion with a B USDT has just been minted, timestamp about 4 hours ago. Very powerful stuff. Typically, we are familiar with this in these market cycles, so I know there's going to be FUD in every market. People say everything's going to zero, blah, 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 blah. But the people that have held on, have actually understood what utility is and ignored all the noise, have always been profitable year over year, okay? So, right here, guys, Roth IRA, great researcher in the XRP community. Just want to touch on this. If you missed it, Europe's largest digital asset investment firm, CoinShares, and we've gone over them before, announced the launch of a new XRP ETP. An ETP is an exchange-traded product. Notice, CoinShares Physical XRP. It will be listed on SIX. Now, this is a massive Swiss digital exchange, and whenever I think of countries like Switzerland, I also think of other countries that have specifically determined XRP's status in terms of regulatory clarity, saying that XRP specifically is not a security. Notice we have countries like Singapore, UK, Switzerland, even Japan that are much more forward-thinking than the US. So the United States needs to catch up. Of course, the United States was a leader, and I'm from the US. The United States was a leader in the dot-com bubble because they had clear regulatory guidelines of what you can and cannot do. This ambiguity is actually harming us in the world of innovation. So, side notes, listing it as XRPL, which is interesting, XRP Ledger, should not be confusing at all. Still weird to see it listed as physical XRP. And right here at the Kahneman just going on to emphasize, it's an awkward way of indicating in the name that they have custody of the XRP in the fund that they are selling. So we can go actually to the link that he provides right here. I did in fact retweet it, markets.businessinsider.com. We can read right here. XRPL has been built using CoinShares institutional grade ETP platform, CoinShares Physical. Interesting. Each unit of XRPL is backed with 40 XRP at launch, providing investors with passive exposure to XRP, the native token unit on the Ripple network. Product name CoinShares Physical XRP. The ticker is XRPL, which does seem a bit confusing. So be it. All good and great, guys. We know that XRP is already in certain ETP exchange traded products, just like Ethereum, just like Bitcoin. Overall, this is adding demand. So this is what we want to see as we migrate towards a more digitized landscape. So, I know half people are very excited, other people are just kind of in between with this new confirmation. So the Senate has finally confirmed Gary Gensler is the next SEC chief. I know I've uploaded a few clips, him bashing on Ethereum in the Ethereum Alliance, bashing on XRP, and then talking about it today. Me personally, I think this is going to be very, very favorable for XRP because you heard his thoughts. We know in 2015, FinCEN and the DOJ, Department of Justice, determined XRP to be a virtual currency. Now, of course, you hear him and hear all this classification of utility tokens, payment tokens, and security tokens, and when they're in a functioning network, specifically XRP, used through on-demand liquidity, it really does sound like we're just going to win this at this point. It seems like the SEC, as always, and I'm just kind of bringing this up for any newcomers that just bought XRP, it seems like they were really just kind of focused on the huge amount in escrow, the executives' holdings, and maybe even the sales early on. But right now, you can't really dispute it. XRP is being used as a payments token. For live customers, we've done over $2 billion in notional value. Whether the US wants to give clarity or not, this is going to continue to happen. And XRP, the digital asset, is a global currency, and the XRP ledger is a global decentralized network. Okay? So we know Gary Gensler of MIT. MIT runs a validator on the XRP ledger. We also know MIT is close in relationship with another favorite asset of mine, which is Algorand, in the Algorand Foundation. So he knows his stuff. And I'm just happy that we have somebody in office now that is very, very smart. He has hours and hours of lectures years ago on YouTube available. If you guys want to go see how he thinks, I'm going to hear about it. I think this is favorable, but to each their own. So please decide for yourselves. But all in all, I'm happy that we have somebody that knows what this technology does, knows the hurdles, knows the limitations, and what this can do overall for the future. Okay, so we have Coin. This is the ticker for the Coinbase stock, the Coinbase shares. So Coin, it's only the beginning. This is an article actually or blog put out by Brian Armstrong. He's the co-founder and CEO of Coinbase talking about this. Now, this was massive. I have about 50 people texting me per day asking me about crypto. I can't answer everybody. And of course, now they see like the massive success and they see, everything. And now they want your advice when they could have come to you, 4 years ago. So right here, we can see Coinbase Global Inc. right here, $3.32 trading. This is on actually NASDAQ. And this is the first crypto exchange being listed. You can bet that this is turning tons of heads in the industry. Why? Well, I want to read this really quick. This is David Short, CTO of Ripple. And keep in mind, this gentleman worked for the NSA years ago. He contributed to Bitcoin's codebase actively. Like, he truly is like in love with the technology, and he just supports all of this. So he's not trying to make everybody say XRP is the only digital asset. That tribalism is no way to get through innovation. Okay, so Coinbase is about to start trading at a market capitalization of around $65 billion. FYI, that's above Charles Schwab, above Lloyd's, above Capital One, and above Barclays, some of the biggest banks and organizations in the world that will put them above all but the world's top 25 banks. Now, even just what I said and touched on, in boardrooms around the world, the question will be asked, how did they do it? How did Coinbase have such a high initial valuation coming onto the market? And why are we not doing it? CEOs of financial institutions had better prepare to answer demands from their boards for real crypto strategies. This genie is not going back in the bottle, guys. The dot-com bubble was just a drop in the bucket. Yes, we're at $2 trillion. That might sound like a lot. Little did you know, even back in November, the global stock market surpassed 100 trillion. Everything's being digitized. Inflation is not stopping anytime soon. If you pay attention to the geopolitics, the economics, everything is screaming that this market has massive, massive upside. Now, the question is, okay, out of all of these assets, though, how do I pick the winners? And that is the big question. But this market is here to stay. So whether you believe it's any of these assets in the top 100, I wish you well. But remember, Web3, this whole foundation of this new internet of value and essentially everything is going to be much, much bigger than just the silly .com bubble and, like pets.com. This is truly going to be the asset class that swallows all others, and all these other asset classes that you know of, metals, any type of derivative really, real estate, they're all going to essentially run on top of this network. And if they don't run directly on top of it, they're going to interoperate with it. So, people will come and go wanting easy money, but then those that realize there's more to this than meets the eye or whatever. And sorry, I'm a little foggy right now with this. I don't know. Hopefully it's not COVID, but hopefully I just said the C word. Hopefully YouTube doesn't shadow ban this video now. But nonetheless, guys, you understand how big this opportunity potentially is. So, of course, this is going to get tons and tons of mainstream attention. We even have right here, crypto whale breaking. Coinbase is now the most valuable exchange in the world as valuation surges past $120 billion. Look at that, even passing CME Group. And keep in mind, CME Group is an early investor in the company Ripple. Deutsche Börse, London Stock Exchange. Every time I see London Stock Exchange, it makes me think of King Solomon's pick with Alliance Block, a crypto that we talked about. He was in it way before me, but it is a great asset, and I think you guys should look into that as well. So, nonetheless, even ICE right here, father of the New York Stock Exchange, father or parent of even Bakkt. And Bakkt is potentially looking to do an IPO. All I'm saying is I know everybody's trying to snag some equity of Kraken, Uphold, any of these other crypto exchanges for good reason. Because these crypto exchanges are already digitized and they're working on this. And soon you're going to be able to buy your Tesla shares, your Amazon shares, even, types of gold and metal products with crypto, and eventually be able to trade between these assets directly. And the first person that actually gets that one app, keep in mind, Coinbase is still centralized. If we're going to the world of DeFi, we want to take advantage of decentralized finance. So if anybody can create something that can do it better, Man, the amount of money, yes, it'll be measured in the trillions easily, 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 easily. And for anybody that wants to see an XRP price prediction that was given by Wall Street years ago, I encourage you to watch all of this one. So right here, this is a recent article put out by Ripple talking about carbon neutrality, the path forward, sustainability. Of course, the XRP ledger is partnered with other crypto assets like Energy Web Token, focusing on the use of energy. This is the future, of course. FinTech, everybody's eyes are on this, and this can arguably save approximately $26 trillion by the year 2030. And yes, as we've said, and everybody says, this genie is not going back in the bottle. The total cryptocurrency market cap is over 2 trillion. Back in March, we were well under 5. What were we at? 100 or 200 billion? So we've gone up roughly another 10x plus since then. That is just crazy to even think. Last year in March, everybody was calling everything a scam, saying they're never going to come back. And little do we know, we've watched assets do a 40x. So if you put in $1,000, you got 40K. Crazy to just consider that. And I've seen it happen time and time again. All right, so we're going to speed through this and then we'll talk about that price prediction. Right here. So as cryptocurrency becomes increasingly mainstream, which obviously we're all noticing it is, even on all these social media platforms, we can see with more financial institutions, companies like PayPal, Visa, and Tesla, and even individual investors now racing to leverage this technology, energy consumption has accelerated to already unsustainable levels. Right here, the crypto market cap is nearly $2 trillion today, double the previous all-time high reached just 3 months ago. Crazy to think, underscoring how quickly this industry is growing. But this comes at a cost. Globally, the damages from climate change will amount to almost 3% of GDP by the year 2060. Right here. Inspired by the Paris Climate Accord, or this Paris Accord, fintech and crypto industry leaders have partnered to launch the Crypto Climate Accord, a private sector-led initiative focused on decarbonizing cryptocurrencies to ensure the global financial system is less harmful and more sustainable. Here's some key objectives below: enabling all of the world's blockchains to be powered by 100% renewables by the 2025 UNFCCC COP conference, okay? And this seems very practical to me. Develop an open source accounting standard of measuring emissions from the cryptocurrency industry, of course, and we understand how important industry standards are. We've talked about how it revolutionized the Internet of Goods with Amazon getting the same type of shipping freights across the board. Chris Larson, executive chairman of Ripple, has been talking about this since, 2013? And now we're talking about Internet of Value. We need not only data standards and shipping standards for Internet of Goods, but now it's the IOV, the Internet of Value, enters XRP, that medium bridge asset. And also, achieve a net zero emissions for the entire crypto industry, including all business operations beyond blockchain and retroactive emissions by 2040. I love how ambitious this is, but it's also incredibly, incredibly important. So, name another blockchain project that is really working with the industry standards, working with the top central banks, working with the top governments. And we even know that the UK minister is trying to finally get even these tier 1 banks, the biggest banks in the world, to adopt and focus on blockchain technology that is friendly and highly, highly efficient. We've gone through the terawatt hours in terms of usage of XRP against many, many other digital assets. So that is just something that I consider in terms of my fundamental analysis as a long-term hold for XRP. Okay? Now, right here, we got Mr. Yo-Yo sharing this. Wonder if Wall Street prediction will come true. And they had this, I forget what year it is. If you guys want to go fact check this again, we've been seeing it for the past several years. Litecoin, $982. Ethereum, $17,000. Bitcoin showing over $183,000. And then they, called XRP back in the day, they called it Ripple. Many websites still even use the old Ripple or the Ripple logo instead of the XRP logo now. And notice it's over $1,000 per XRP. So as shared, guys, I will be patiently awaiting. I'm going to be taking profits and have been taking profits for my other altcoins and trades. Of course, just growing the trading bag, adding to long-term positions, adding to my XRP position, adding to HBAR, adding to ADA, and even just having some cash on the sidelines to buy any potential pullbacks in the future. So my personal strategy, I treat XRP along with even Spark, Flare, which will be going live soon, and all of us XRP holders that claimed got literally a free airdrop, which is insane, because if you comprehend what price Flare will be listed at, oh my gosh, so if you had 100,000 XRP at the time, you're going to get 100,000 Spark tokens that might even just be valued at $10 in a few years. That's $1 million right there. So it gets very powerful. I know it seems crazy and too good to be true, but yet again, it's happening every single day in this market. More people are going to flood into this market realizing it, and hopefully the tech just keeps improving as well. So I wanted to point that out. And lastly, right here, I tweeted this out. So if you're only watching the 30-minute and the 4-hour charts, you may miss the much larger overall trend. Remember, do a top-down analysis, guys. When in doubt, zoom out. That is just the famous quote I say, and I know it's annoying, but I say it in almost every single video because I mean that. Don't get caught with the short-sighted, myopic stuff, looking through a straw. Overall, at the end of the day, having skin in the game is important. Yes, you can have cash on the sidelines, do what's best for you, but this tech is not going away. So focus on the fundamentals. Long-term utility will drive and even win this market. Yes, this does remind a lot of us of the .com bubble with pets.com and some assets like Dogecoin doing exceptionally well. That's fine. If you want to go after, a 10x or things like that in a day, yeah, that's fine. But for me, I'm going to be focused on buying into and holding and investing into utility, because I would much rather focus on wealth preservation and then growing it than losing my wealth altogether. So a $2 trillion market cap, just the beginning. Yes, we've seen figures even from Ripple that are much, much higher, 6, 8, 10, 15 trillion dollars. And of course, I do expect in the years ahead, maybe even plus a decade, 50 to 100 trillion dollars. So I love this. We got lifestyle, one of my buddies. My favorite words from Kevin Cage: when in doubt, look left. It's not what I say. But much love, guys, and I will catch you in the next video.